Hello and welcome. You are now looking at an account with ChatGPT that is enabled with the paid version. And if you go to your account area, there are a number of elements that you'll want to pay attention to as you determine how you want to use ChatGPT for your business or your organization. As of the recording of this video, in the account area, you're going to see four different tabs. The first tab you're going to see is going to be My Plan. And this is where you can determine if and how you're going to upgrade your plan. You can upgrade to a Plus account, or you can also have a team account, which allows you to work together with another individual that may be part of your organization. This will allow you to share GPTs within your workspace, as well as to have higher message caps inside of ChatGPT. Now, with a paid account, if you go to your drop-down menu here at the top, you're going to notice here that if you hover over the most recent version, you're going to see that you have access to DALL, which is an image creator, web browsing, and then analysis. DALL will allow you to, with a prompt, write and create images. Browsing means you'll get up-to-date information, and analysis is visible when you switch to this higher version. You're going to see that you have an area here where you can attach a file and then upload that file to ChatGPT for analysis. So basically, the paid or plus account gives you access to tools to use with ChatGPT that you would not have otherwise if you were going to use the free version. Okay, so with that, thanks, and I will see you in another video. Welcome back. Now, with the ChatGPT Plus account, one element that will affect your prompting will be your custom instructions. And if you click on this area that says custom instructions, when you click on your profile, you will be able to program ChatGPT for every prompt that you generate. We're going to click on custom instructions. You're going to see two areas, and each of those areas have 1,500 characters that you can write in. The first set of instructions, basically what you're going to do is you're going to give ChatGPT the opportunity to know what it is that you're going to be discussing in this conversation. And if you want examples, you can hover over this area and ChatGPT will then give you a link where you can see exact examples of custom instructions. But it's a good idea to write your custom instructions so that you can determine how ChatGPT will respond to your custom instructions. And once you complete your custom instructions, we're going to keep this enabled for new chats. We're going to click Save. We're going to write in a sample prompt. We're going to click Enter. Now, assuming that we choose to use the custom instructions that we have here for new chats, and we make sure that the custom instructions are saved for new chats, what you'll see here is when you start a new chat and you open up a new window, what you're going to find is that ChatGPT understands the context. And so basically by using custom instructions, you have created a new context. So what we're going to do here is we're going to ask ChatGPT if it knows the context for this conversation. And if we click enter, what you're going to see is that ChatGPT knows the context that we created with custom instructions. Now, if we can go back to custom instructions, if we click on custom instructions and we disable it for new chats, and then we save it, what we'll do is we will open up a new conversation and we will write in the same question. And we will then click enter. And what you're going to see is that ChatGPT no longer knows the context or the conversation. So basically, when we use custom instructions, we can dictate the context for our conversations until we decide to change it. Okay, so with that, thanks, and I will see you in another video. Welcome back. When we create a conversation, you're typically going to see all of this information on the left side menu. It's a good idea to name the chat something memorable so that you'll be able to come back to it if you need to return to that context and to return to the information you have already generated. And you can do that on the left side menu by going to these three ellipses. You can click on rename. And basically what you can do then is you can rename the chat so you know what it is in order to come back to it. Once you've written in your new title, if you just click on the area, you'll see that it is then saved. You can also save the link to that chat. You can go to this More tab, and basically you can click this link that says Share. This will give you a link. What you can then do is to copy this link and you can place it in an area where you are archiving your links. This will give you access to this specific conversation in ChatGPT whenever you want. Okay, so with that, thanks, and I will see you in another video. Welcome back. If you are using the ChatGPT Plus account, you're going to see an element here on the left side menu that says Explore GPTs. If you click this element, you're going to see GPTs open up. GPTs are specially programmed elements of ChatGPT made by individuals and companies for you to experience ChatGPT in specific ways. And so if you have a specific need in order to use ChatGPT, you can write that need in with some keyword and you can determine if there's a GPT available. And you'll typically see that there's going to be several elements made available by individuals. In some cases, the GPT may not fit your need totally, but one of the ways you can tell if individuals are using the GPT by looking at the chat bubble, and you'll be able to see how many chats have taken place using that specific GPT. So for example, if you type in the word diagrams, you'll see all the GPTs available to help you to create diagrams. You'll then be able to look to the number of people that have used the GPT. And so in some cases, you'll see the GPTs listed by some kind of keyword. But again, if you have a specific use for ChatGPT, it may be beneficial to go to the GPT section to search for what you want to do with ChatGPT and then to determine if someone has programmed a GPT for that use. For example, you'll see a specific GPT here. We can type in our query for the GPT. Typically, the GPT is then programmed to ask you specific questions. You will interact with the GPT according to its parameters. The GPT will go about the process of trying to accommodate your request. And so you will see the element has been completed. So again, interacting with the GPTs allow you to go to ChatGPT for a specific use case, and then in some cases, either a programmer or a company has made available their application of ChatGPT for you to be able to use it in that way. Okay, so with that, thanks, and I will see you in another video. Welcome back. Now, if you have access to GPTs through your ChatGPT Plus account, you can also create and program your own GPTs for your own specific use case for ChatGPT. To do that, you can go to your GPTs area where it says Explore GPTs. You can then click this button that says Create a GPT. You will then go through a process with a GPT Builder wizard. And basically, this process allows you to answer the questions of ChatGPT to create your own use case for ChatGPT. You will then have your own specific use cases for ChatGPT to use it in specific ways. With your GPT, you can go to the edit pencil once it has been completed. You can go to these ellipses and you can click on copy link. You can then make the link to your GPT available to other individuals that may want to use it, or you can make it available for a specific business use case. You can also go to this area where the button says Save and click the drop-down menu. And you'll see here that you have some publication options. You can publish it so it's only available to you. You can publish it to anyone with a link, or you can make it publicly available inside of the GPT search area. So you can create your own specific GPTs. You can make it available just to yourself, or you can make it available to the public or with anyone with a link for your specific use. Okay, so with that, thanks, and I will see you in another video. Welcome back. If you are inside of your ChatGPT Plus account and you are inside of the latest version of ChatGPT, whatever that is, when you are watching this video, you will also have access to DALL, which is the image creation platform. If you go to the dialog box inside the latest version, you can type in a prompt for the kind of images that you want to create, and then ChatGPT will use DALL in order to meet your specifications for an image. Once you have your request, you can then enter it direct into the ChatGPT dialog box. ChatGPT will then interact with DALL inside of the engine, and it will then attempt to create the image that you specify. You can then make alterations to the image and ask for another image based on specific parameters that you want. And once we make our additional request, we'll then click enter. And then ChatGPT will then attempt to make the alterations to the image that we have specified. So as you can see, you can work within a ChatGPT conversation and you can attempt to create images in the way in which you want. You can combine this with having your custom instructions set the way you want them so that the images will be created within the context that you specify. Okay, so with that, thanks, and I will see you in another video. Welcome back. Now, as of the recording of this video, it's important to note that OpenAI has stated that they will be adding watermarks to images created with DALL within ChatGPT. It will tell anyone, whether it's the platforms or individuals, that an image was created using ChatGPT. Now, OpenAI notes that metadata can be removed, so that just because the image doesn't have the metadata doesn't mean that it's not from ChatGPT, and that the goal is for broader adoption across the use of all AI platforms. So you want to be aware of the development of this issue as you begin using the images that you create on ChatGPT using DALL. Okay, so with that, thanks, and I will see you in another video. Welcome back. Now, if you have a ChatGPT account, one element that you have available to you will be the plugin section. And if you go to your drop-down menu and you click on the plugins menu, you'll notice then that there will be a drop-down menu that will say that no plugins have been installed to your account. What you'll then want to do is to go to the drop-down menu again. You'll then want to go all the way down to the plugin store. And what you'll see are elements that developers have created in order to connect and extend the functions of ChatGPT. And just as with GPTs, if you search the plugins for your keyword or for the function that you want, you'll be able to determine whether there is a plugin that will help you to do what you want to do. Once you find the plugin to do what you want it to do, you can install the plugin. You'll see here that 2 of these plugins have been installed to this account. So for the sake of this video, what we're going to do is we're going to first uninstall the plugin, and then we're going to reinstall the plugin so that you can see the process. And the plugin has now been reinstalled. It's a good idea if you first write to ChatGPT and specify how the plugin is used, and then to also get sample prompts as to how to best use the plugin. Once you get your sample prompts, you'll then modify them for your use. And what you'll see here is that ChatGPT has provided output according to our specifications using the plugin. So you can use ChatGPT to extend its capability with the use of plugins that you have selected to do what you want to do. Okay, so with that, thanks, and I will see you in another video. Welcome back. Now, one of the elements that you'll find within ChatGPT plugins is text to audio. If you go to the plugin store and you search for audio, you will see plugins available that will help you to take text from ChatGPT to turn it into audio. Now, in some cases, when you attach a plugin, ChatGPT will require you to set up an account on the site of the developer. What we are going to do is we're going to install one of the plugins. Now, hitting the install button requires you to sign up with an email account. Now, if you do want to use the plugin with ChatGPT, you'll have to authorize the account. You will see that the plugin is then installed. We'll then ask ChatGPT to tell us how to use the plugin. We will then click enter into the dialog box. So we are first going to ask ChatGPT to start an initial part of the process. And our next step is we are going to ask ChatGPT to convert our text to audio. We are going to specify that ChatGPT use the plugin. And so ChatGPT will then interact with the plugin according to the information that you have given it. Now, what you'll notice is that in this case, the plugin did not produce the output that we wanted. And in some cases, an interaction with ChatGPT is not robust enough to produce the desired output. Now, there is a standard website that will help you to produce text to audio. And we will look at that website in the next video. Okay, so with that, thanks, and I will see you in the next video. Welcome back. We are now at 11labs.io. And 11 Labs is a text-to-audio platform. Now, this is a paid application that you can use in order to turn your text into audio. 11 Labs is considered to be, as of the recording of this video, one of the best and most accurate engines in the marketplace when you want to create an audio from your text. We can take the same article that did not work in ChatGPT and we can place it inside of 11 Labs. Once you have your script inside of 11 Labs, what you'll want to do is you'll want to choose a narrator. In this case, we will choose one of the voices and make the voice available. We can then choose individual voice settings. Now, the voice settings do take time to learn how to use, so it may be a good idea to start the process by using the default settings and then to come back to make adjustments if the audio does not turn out the way you want it to be. Now, it is a good idea for you to listen to the audio when you create it. And so what 11 Labs will do when you click this generate button is it will start the process of creating your audio, but it's going to do it and actually play the audio while it is generating. So we're going to click this generate button and then we'll hear part of the audio as it is being generated.
Creating effective video tutorials involves a blend of clear communication, engaging presentation, and technical proficiency. Whether you're teaching software skills, crafting projects, or academic concepts, the goal is to transfer knowledge in an accessible and engaging way. Here's a comprehensive guide to help you create video tutorials that captivate and educate your audience. 1. Planning your tutorial. Define your audience. Understand who your audience is, their skill level, and what they hope to achieve by watching your tutorial. This will guide your language, content depth, and pace.
So we're going to stop the process here, and you have heard 11 Labs interpreting the content that you have created. Once you have done that, what you can do is you can download the audio to your hard drive, or you can readjust the script so that it will read correctly. Okay, so with that, thanks, and I will see you in another video. Welcome back. You can take the same audio and script that you created and turn it into a video. And you can use an application like Pictory.ai. Now, there are other applications available, like InVideo, available as of the recording of this video. So we will use Pictory as an example of what you are able to do with audio using artificial intelligence. We click on the Proceed button, we're going to paste in our script. We are then going to click Proceed. Pictory will then go through a storyboarding process. It will then go through matching up video content with the words that we have in our script. Pictory will then create the individual scenes for your video. You typically see watermarks in your practice video. However, your final video will not have watermarks. Now, this is not a full-blown tutorial on how to use Pictory. However, what you can do is you can click on each individual scene and you can choose different visuals if you want to choose them for each of the visuals. Pictory then has an audio section, and you can choose to have background music or you can take out the background music. Pictory does allow you to choose a voiceover. And Pictory, when you have a paid account, will give you access to voices from 11 Labs in order to use with your videos. So you can choose an 11 Labs voice just as you would if you picked up the audio from 11 Labs. Once you click Apply, Pictory will then apply the new audio to the entire video. Once that process is complete, you can download the audio, transcript, and video to your hard drive. Okay, so with that, thanks, and I will see you in another video. Welcome back. Now, depending on when you see this video, you can go to your favorite search engine and you can search for the fact that Meta, which owns Facebook and Instagram, plans to label all AI-generated images across Facebook, Instagram, and any other platform it owns. And so you will want to be aware of this factor as you create video and images that you are going to be using on the social media platforms. So while video has not specifically been named as something that will be targeted, it's possible that videos you create may become labeled in the future. The main reason for this is to prevent the use of deepfakes and misinformation. Okay, so with that, thanks, and I will see you in another video. Welcome back. Now, in November of 2023, YouTube defined its policy on the use of AI technology in the creation of videos, set to be in place by February of 2024. You can find it on the YouTube blog under the article called Approach to Responsible AI Innovation. YouTube will be requiring that content be labeled for the use of AI in its creation. And YouTube intends to inform viewers that the content is altered or synthetic. And you can see a mock label that YouTube states will be available on its content that is considered to be AI generated. So you'll want to be aware of this when you consider whether and how you're going to use AI in your video creation process. Okay, so with that, thanks, and I will see you in another video. Welcome back. Now, one of the ways that AI is being used is to summarize long, detailed, and complex documents. Now, the process is not perfect, and the artificial intelligence, depending on which chatbot you may use, may miss pertinent details. However, it is possible to get a comprehensive summary to give you an overview of what it is that you are reading. You are now looking at the upload into ChatGPT on an academic scientific research report on the subject of marketing. And once we upload that research report, what we can do is we can type into the chatbot that we'd like a detailed and comprehensive bullet point summary. Once we have that information in, we can then click enter. ChatGPT will then read the document, and then it will produce the content that you have asked it for about the specific document. You can iterate with the chatbot about this information, and if your custom instructions were set, this information will be created for you inside of a specific context. For example, if we were to turn on our custom instructions and we were to enable it for a new chat, we can go and open up a new chat. We can then re-upload the same research report. We can then ask for the same information within the context we have created in our custom instructions. So instead of a generic interpretation and output, we are going to have the output created for us for the context that we have created. We're going to click enter for this information. What you'll see is that ChatGPT has created the information you requested in the context you created with your custom instructions. Okay, so with that, thanks, and I will see you in another video. Welcome back. Now, it's important to note what Google's position is on AI-generated content as of the recording of this video. And if you look for a document in your favorite search engine for Google's help document called Creating Helpful, Reliable, and People First Content, created in February of 2023, and by reading this document, you'll be able to determine whether the content you're generating in specific chatbots will assist you in having your website seen in the search engines. And this is a helpful document to understand because Google is looking for quality. It's also looking for expertise. It's looking for pages that keep individuals engaged. And its algorithm is trying to detect whether the content is people first or search engine first. Now, there are specifics as to how to go about creating this kind of content. And again, it's going to be helpful to read through this document even as you use chatbots in order to assist you in your content creation. Specifically, Google states that it will reward high quality content however it is produced, even if it is produced by AI. It also states definitively that appropriate use of AI or automation is not against Google's guidelines. However, you will want to be aware of poor quality content and anything that looks or sounds like misinformation. So these two documents on Google's Search Central website will give you insight on how Google will be looking at AI generated content and how you can use it in order to rank your website in the search engines. Okay, so with that, thanks, and I will see you in another video. Welcome back. Now, one of the things you can do with AI is you can summarize videos, specifically YouTube videos, and you're looking at ChatGPT Plus. And what we have done is we have entered a YouTube link into ChatGPT, and ChatGPT will tell you that it cannot access or summarize YouTube links directly. Now, there are a few ways for you to be able to handle this. One way first is to look for a specific GPT. You can click on Explore GPTs. You can then type in YouTube summary. And even before we type in the keyword, you'll notice that there is a GPT called Video Summarizer. Now, this may not be the case when you are using ChatGPT. This is at the time of the recording of this video. So we're going to click into this GPT. What we are then going to do is we're going to ask ChatGPT to summarize this specific video. We will then click enter, and ChatGPT will then be given access to this video. What we will then do is we will then click allow so that this GPT can then access the video. Now, in some cases, GPTs can be tenuous, and if that's the case, you can try another method. What you can do is go to ChatGPT. You can then go to the plugins area. You can then look for a specific plugin. If you go to the plugin store and then you type in YouTube, you will see elements where you can have a YouTube summarizer. We can then go to the dialog box and we can ask for a summary of our video. We will then click enter. ChatGPT will interact with the plugin and then provide us with a brief summary that was given to us through the GPT. We may want to iterate with the chatbot. And so we will then iterate with the chatbot and we will ask for different information. Now, what you'll notice is that there's a difference between some of the summary information. So you'll need to choose the most effective method that you can find in order to get the information that you want. Okay, so with that, thanks, and I will see you in another video. Welcome back. Now, whether you choose to use the regular ChatGPT window, or you choose to use plugins, or you choose to use GPTs, you can get assistance from ChatGPT with your written content. You'll see that there are several featured apps in the GPT store. You'll see that if you search the plugin store for write or writing, that you have a number of applications. Now, one of the easiest ways to create content that is specific is first to make sure that your custom instructions are set for your context, and then to ask ChatGPT with a plain language query what kind of content that you want. Once you have your content, you can scroll down to the bottom of the post. You can click the copy button, and all of the content will be ready for you to paste into your word processing document. You can then ask for specific images to accompany your content, and you can use the ChatGPT DALL engine in order to create them. And what will happen is that ChatGPT will begin to attempt to accommodate you on your request, and you'll see the images created according to its perception of what it is that you have asked for. In some cases, you may find that the images that have been created are not going to be to your liking. And if that's the case, there is another engine that's not on ChatGPT that you can use to create effective images. That platform is called Midjourney, and you can use it in order to create photorealistic images as well as images for any occasion. It's a good idea to use ChatGPT in order to assist you in creating prompts for Midjourney. And we will undertake that in the next video. Okay, so with that, thanks, and I will see you in the next video. Welcome back. Now, there are several ways for you to get assistance in creating prompts for Midjourney. You can go to ChatGPT and you can ask ChatGPT what the best way is to create prompts for your business for a specific instance. And once we've written it in, we'll then click enter. And what we will now do is we will now complete our prompt. Now, this is one way to get assistance in creating prompts for you to use in Midjourney. Another way is for you to use the ChatGPT plugins. But what you'll see is that as of the recording of this video, the photorealistic plugin is now unreachable. So what we can now do is we can head to our GPTs. What we can then do is we can search the GPTs. And you will see a number of GPTs available, having been created by individuals and companies. You'll see that there is one that has been used significantly. And so if that is your selection criteria, you can select that GPT in order to use. And we can enter our same prompt here inside of the GPT. Once we have our prompt requesting our prompts, we can then click enter into the GPT. What you'll notice is that there is a different level of detail from this GPT in terms of creating the kinds of prompts you're going to be able to use to create the images that you want. So what you'll want to do is you'll want to test different methods to see which way yields the best prompts to give you the deepest level of detail in order to create the image that you want off the platform on Midjourney. Okay, so with that, thanks, and I will see you in another video. In conclusion, one of the ways to determine the true capacity of ChatGPT Plus is to look at the trending uses of GPTs. And it's a good indication of the stretched capability of ChatGPT. And typically, you'll see 12 of the top and trending GPTs that are being used. As of the recording of this video, you'll notice that one of those GPTs is created by Canva. And what you'll notice here is that we can prompt ChatGPT to create a Canva image. Now, heretofore, we have not connected our Canva account to ChatGPT. So we're going to type in our request to ChatGPT. And what's going to happen is ChatGPT will then connect to the Canva GPT. We can then click allow or always allow. We're going to allow Canva to connect to ChatGPT via the plugin. And then ChatGPT will suggest specific templates you can use for the purpose for which you have written in your query. What will happen is you will click this design. This will then lead you to Canva. So it's a good idea for you to be already logged into your Canva account. And then the design will open inside of Canva. So what we're going to do right now is we're going to click on top of this design. Our design will then open in Canva, and if you are familiar with Canva, you can begin to edit the design for your purposes. You will notice that there is a logo creator. We're going to click on the logo creator in the GPTs area, and we're going to enter the plain language query, and we're going to click enter. And what you'll notice inside of the GPT is that you'll be asked some specific questions. And once we've answered all the questions, we'll then click enter, and we'll wait for the GPT to do its work. You can then iterate with the chatbot if you need to make corrections. Okay, so with that, thanks, and I'll see you either in another video or in another course.